Ooh. Hi and welcome to the stream. My name is Oscar Lehteneri and I'm a street photographer, and today I'm streaming a small editing session, still setting up the sound and stuff because I haven't done a stream like this in a while, so I needed to edit some stuff, and that's why I'm a bit late starting it. The idea was to start it 7 minutes ago. Anyways, very nice to have you here. I see there are already two people inside, so please let me know, where are you guys from? I'm streaming from Finland, just outside of Helsinki, and yeah, hopefully this stream will be a nice set. I will edit some photos, discuss some street photography, and of course, if you have any questions, I would love to answer those. Um, whatever may you want to ask, or if there's a topic that you would like me to discuss today. I will also start. I just added uh, a tool for actually doing some for availing. I want to make your comments available for the people that are here. So if you write something, I might pop up your comments in the feed, or at the like big screen, to show them to other people, and also to engage, to help and inspire you to engage in this discussion here today. I'm still setting up. I realized I had some problems with my my camera. My battery from the camera died when I was uploading my latest street photography photos, so I got a bit delayed with that. Anyways, now I have them here, and I will start to put them into my feed so that I can so that we can start the editing of the photos of the day. um so let's see how that goes. Dun, 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 dun. Anyways, I would love to know, where are you guys from, and are you into photography, or what has taken you here today to the stream? That's something that I would really like to know. Let's see. Da, 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 da. There are some settings I still see I need to make a small adjustment to, so that maybe that would suit better like that. All right, and then let's see. I'm almost ready to start a Lightroom. I always edit my photos in Lightroom. That's the place where I keep my where I get my stuff done. I was thinking at the time, I was actually thinking that uh I should edit my stuff elsewhere, but then I came back to Lightroom and realized, like, it's a really good place for me to work, even though they have raised the prices on uh on their software, which is of course a bit uh disturbing. But at the same time, I feel that they still make great uh it's great value for my money. So that's why I'm still using um still using Lightroom for editing. Anyways, if there's problems with the sound or something like that, please let me know. As I told you, I'm still checking that everything works as it's supposed to before I can start editing photos. There are, every now and then, as you do these live streams, whatever can happen. So that's why I'm taking one step at the time forward with this one, and see how it works. Right now I'm picking the photos that I'm going to edit during this stream. Almost done picking them, putting them into a folder, and then I can start my editing. 2026. It's a new year, guys. So happy new year to you. Nice to be here and it's nice to have a new year with new possibilities. Or I don't know if you see it like that, but in a way I see it like that. I think it's new year brings new possibilities. New year is also like it's a mental shift. I always think of like what should I focus on for the next year? Is there something that I would like to do differently, or is there something that I should what should my focus of the year be? Things like this, I do think about them every year, and try to make, yeah, to have some sort of a better focus on the things that matter to me. That's something that that I really enjoy. And then also it's easier for me to come back the next year and look back and see like what did I do during the year? Is there something that didn't go too well, or is there something that went really well and I'm super happy with how it turned out? Those kinds of things I'm thinking of. Dun, dun, dun. Almost ready to do some editing, you know. Boom, 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 boom. Opening Lightroom. So, how has your year started, and where are you guys from? I would love to know who is sitting on the other side of this stream. Me myself, I sit here in just outside of Helsinki in Finland. I'm a street photographer, as I said in the beginning of the stream, and that's what I've been doing the last 15 years. Around 15 years I've done street photography, and yeah, before that I documented a lot of street art, and that's where my journey to photography started. And after that I shifted towards street photography. I'm almost ready to import my latest photos. I'm really happy to do this. I haven't had the time to take photos for a while now, and I'm really happy to have that time again, and do something new. Edit in live stream. Let me test my sound a bit and hear how I sound. All right, it works fine. Cool. So let's put on the Lightroom on and we'll start editing. Lightroom. And there's Lightroom. All right, so how do I edit my photos? Now that I have imported my photos, this is actually my process of doing it all. First, I pick the photos that I want to edit. Let's say we choose these ones and this one of myself. I took a few ones. I thought these were quite fun just to make a reflection shot of myself with my, and then we had that rocker. So I just first I always go through my photos and check how are there any cool photos that I would like to edit somehow, or is there something that I want to do? I'm in these photos are from Helsinki, downtown Helsinki, Aleksanterin katu, and actually my last street photography walk we did was on Aleksanterin katu as well during the Lucia celebration, and so these are kind of the hoods where I often hang, where I take my shots. Let's pick all of those and see what we can do. I wanted to work with the reflection here. Then we have those people. Something that I have done differently this time, and something that hey, welcome onto the chat. Nice to have you here. Something that I have done differently now is that I took off my Pro Mist filter. You know, I have this Pro Mist filter, which is a small filter that I put on my camera to which breaks the highlights, which makes a cinematic feel. But what I wanted to do now was to take it off and on my 50mm, and the idea is to take more black and white photos without the Pro Mist, and try to make them as crisp as possible. And I'm not all about making crisp photos. I'm more into, like, I think at some point I was thinking a lot that the quality of the cameras that we get nowadays, it's so good that it kind of loses its soul. So, and I think a lot of people, and I have heard a lot of discussions around this, that people are looking for soul, and that's why, for instance, Fujifilm's film recipes are working so well, because people are they have soul. And for me, using Pro Mist filters or something that I also have on this on my Ricoh camera. I have this square hood here, and also here is a Pro Mist filter. So the Pro Mist filter is something that has made my my photos have more soul. So that's something that I do. But now I tried to take away that Pro Mist feel and try to create really crisp images. And that's something that I'm going to do today as well. When I do this edit today, I am going to try to make these photos as crisp as possible, which is not at all what I usually do. So let's see what we get. And one other thing that I did actually was that I had my focus on, like, it tried to track I had the facial recognition on the focus, so that I would get like really crisp focuses. This photo I really like. Here I think I can make something fun out of it. I like the I don't know, this old woman, she had some positive energy, and I really liked her face, and I'm really glad I got this shot here. So that's something I'm picking. Hey, you guys on the stream, where are you from? Please let me know in the chat. I would love to hear your where you're from, and how you found your way here. Are you into photography? Yeah, who are you? That's something that interests me. Here I wanted to take a photo of that dog. Let's pick it. Here I just saw the colors. I'm not fond of this photo that much. Also here I like the colors of these people. We can take it and see if we can edit it somehow. And this is from my metro ride back home. I don't know, just saw some sort of a, I don't know, tried to, when there's this statue, I wanted something with that, and that's what I did. And then also here on this one, my second last photo, I thought that there's a story to everything, and through just taking a photo of this person's groceries, I thought it would maybe, like, my idea was that maybe I can create some sort of a story uh, with taking a picture of that. And this last one was actually a photo that I took just to see. I realized when I have tried to take some more liminal feel photos, I have realized that with the 50mm lens that I'm using in, for instance, here, it's much more difficult to get that liminal feeling. When I go to 28mm, we kind of, I think someone explained it in a way that for me at least, it resonated with me, that when you use a 28 or 35mm lens, the viewer has, like, more easily gets into that. Like, when they would watch it, it feels like they are part of that frame. And maybe because the eye sees more broadly than for instance a 50mm. So with a 50mm or with a 85mm lens, even though you go close to a subject, you will feel a distant to that person because of that, because uh the lens is much narrower. When the view is not more narrow, it's more difficult to get a feel that you're in the frame. It's more like you're an observer to the picture. So yeah, this was actually just a thought of that. And so I don't feel this is a very good photo, but I do enjoy the reflections in the floor, and yeah. So let's get into the editing part of this whole deal. My thought, I do have some of my own presets that I use. I have my Summer Bliss color and black and white. These are good starting points, but since I wanted to make my photos more, I wanted to make them more crisp and and in a different way, since very often when I edit my photos, when I go to the curve here, I very often make my blacks more not as sharp, and also my highlights, I make those also softer, and that's something that I'm thinking that I shouldn't do with these photos today. So I'm editing in a new way, and I want to take you on this journey for that. Something that I didn't say was that when I have picked the photos that I wanted by like giving them stars, I always give all photos 5 stars, and then I just pick a filter where I have the ones I wanted to make. So then I just take the rated ones here, and then I have just a lot fewer photos to look through. And this is also, like, this is just the first where I've taken out the first ones. After this, when I have edited these, I will probably take away a few more of these afterwards. So that's that's my workflow. Anyways, this photo, the focus is a bit off, so I don't know. It's a nice one, but let's edit it for the just for the fun of it. I could what should we do? Let's start with the sometimes I edit it through changing these curves. That's one way to do it. Sometimes I edit it through using this adjust point curve by dragging in the photo. So I just pick this tool here, and then by often I go to the face and I see like, okay, the face is at least for me the most important part. So that's something that I want to make it pop to look nice. Then I have the blacks here, of course, like the hat or the clothing here. Could bring it down a bit. That makes more contrast to it all. But as you can see, if I bring it down, the curve will go up. So there's a balance that the curve does. Maybe just taking it down just a bit. I think it's quite fine. And then we have the background here. That's the metro somewhere in the middle. So maybe if we take that down, then, but not much. Just I think one big mistake that everyone does, that I did when I was started out editing stuff, was that I did too big modifications in while editing, and that made my photos too extreme, and that didn't give me anything. And then we have these highlights, maybe something like this. But okay, it's a nice story, person waiting for the metro. This is something that we have here. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I'm not very amazed by this photo in any way. It's just something. Just something. A little some. And then what should we do next? Now that I have these, I could do different things. I could do some more editing here in the tone section. The exposure is quite nice. Would I like to bring down the blacks? I don't know. I think this is quite nice like this. But what I wanted to do, as I said, I was into making my photos more crisp. So what if I bring up the clarity just a bit, which, as you can see, if I zoom out, the clarity makes the photo, it gives it a bit more light, and this of course affects the whole scene. But if I just take it up to 9.8 something, get a bit more clarity, dehaze, let's see what kind of effect that has. Dehaze, if I take it down, it turns out like this. Or then if I take it so these are, you see that it gets this haze effect if I put it like really high. Let's put it to 0. I don't know if I want to change it. They're quite clear, like the contrasts here are very, I don't know. I don't feel like changing that much. Vibrance gives some more pop to the colors maybe. And then we have Saturnation. This is something that I have been playing around with. That what if I take just a bit like color off, because if I turn it to like to minus 100, it will go black and white. But sometimes now I have been playing more with just putting down the saturation to somewhere like minus 10 or something, or and it has been quite nice. But as I said in the beginning, my idea was to create black and white photos that would pop somehow. So now I'm putting it really like low. Texture is actually something that we could play around with as well. Thinking of like making crisp photo. If I drag it down, it gets, totally flat. And if I put it on 100, it gets like really it takes off, it brings up all the details. So let's see how much texture. I know a lot of, I like also have photography friends that they use a lot of texture in their photos to get all the wrinkles and stuff of people, so that the photos are really rough almost. I think it's quite cool if you don't do it too much. It's not. I haven't done it that much, but it's something that I do. Then just to start playing around with um with the cropping. I do love to crop my photos. I almost always do. One way, of course, would be to put the person here in the rule of thirds there, and have it there. And then also, someone said at some point, which was quite interesting to me, said that if you have like the light spots in a photo, like where there's a lot of color, they eat a lot of like space, so to say. So one way to think of it is that the light, if you put like 1/3, like very, like for instance in this one we have this upper third here area, that one is quite light. So and the things down here aren't as light. But what one thing that I can do is that I take away a bit of the light area, so that it wouldn't be so there would be like less light areas, or so maybe this could be one way to do it. But then again, I don't know the balance to have this person and only this one of the two. I would love to have the person more in like 2/3 of these areas, or something like this would in a way suit my way of cropping better. um I try to, like, very often I follow the lines that I see. Now that we have the metro here in the background, the lines are horizontal, and I try to follow that. But one way, of course, to do this is that I would put it like this, and then I would probably put this person, oh, maybe something like this would work quite fine. Uh, so this is a possibility, but I think I'll just do it like this today, and then put the person like this. Is also something that someone that I learned somewhere, that if we have a person in the frame, put the person so that that person looks towards the middle of the photo. uh, that's something that it conveys the story in a like, it's it brings the viewer into the photo better. If the person would look out of the frame, like for instance like that, then there would be, this person would be maybe walking away. So what I often do is I try to have people look into to look towards the middle of the frame. This is something that I often do try, or try to take in consideration. Do I want this person to look out of the, like, away from the middle, or into the middle, and what kind of story does that tell? Anyways, not the best photo in the world, but I do like it. It's quite nice. So I think this is something. This photo is quite okay like this. How do you like this photo? How do you edit your photos? Do you enjoy, or do you edit your photos at all? And some people, of course, don't like cropping that much. I do like cropping. I think also when I'm out on the street photographing, I very often do crop my photos afterwards. So I take sometimes that in consideration, that I can just take a photo and then go home and crop it better. And but of course, if I can create the photo that I want without cropping it, it's better. I don't lose any size of the photo and the quality if I don't crop it. But very often I do some cropping. All right. So, hey, welcome to the chat. And if I would love to know where you are from, and if you are a photographer or if you just dropped in to see what's going on. Are you into photography? Is it something that you are planning to do or would like to do more of? I myself I'm a street photographer. I photograph my stuff with digital cameras mainly, and I do have two film cameras, but I haven't done any street with those yet. Even though I'm planning to next week take them to check to go, so that I would take them to a place that would do some service on them. They have some things that needs to be done before I can start using them. I actually, one camera is like from a relative from, and the camera is from the 70s. It's a Yashica 35, and then the other one is a Pentax Spotmatic F, which is also from the 70s, and I look forward to try those on the street. But what I mainly do is I shoot with my Canon R5 sometimes, and very often with the Ricoh GR3X, this small pocket camera. This is my go-to, and then often I as I mentioned, I use my square hood on it with the haze filter. And something that I've been working on now is do not use these filters as much and try to create more crisp photos. So I took the haze filter or the Pro Mist filter away from my Canon and went out on the street, and these photos that I'm editing right now. All right, so I think I'm quite done with this photo. I right now I don't feel I want to do too much to it. I'm not too into this photo. It's just a photo. And so let's get to the next photo. Hey, welcome to the stream. I'm Oscar from Finland, street photographer. I would love to know who you are, and or actually where you're from, and also if you're a photographer, if you're just here to get inspired by photography. What has brought you to the stream today? Put that in the chat. I would love to hear something about you. And if you have any questions regarding street photography, I would love to answer those as well. All right, so this photo here that I'm editing, a self-portrait through a reflection. I do love reflection shots. I have been working on them quite a lot. Let's see, this is me. Let's see how much I would like to put it. Maybe +2 something would be quite nice. Or is it too much? I don't know, maybe 1.5. Something like this. This is me taking a photo of myself. And then, as I mentioned, I'm doing all these photos in black and white, and the idea is to take these really crisp photos, street photos. And here you can see me with my Canon R5 with the 50mm 1.8. This is the one that I'm using, and without the Pro Mist filter. And then, as I mentioned, I want to make this really crisp. I'm taking the adjustment tool. Very often I make like this basic edit of one photo that isn't like has the same vibe, and then I put it on every photo, and after that I just go and modify it. But today I'm practicing on doing something new, so I'm like I'm trying to learn how to create better crispy photos. And so this is my journey that you're viewing right now, and those crispy photos, I want to do them in black and white, and that's why I brought down the saturation as much as I could. If you have any questions regarding street photography, photo editing, stuff like that, I would love to answer your questions. I just put it in the chat and I'll answer it. Texture. Now in this photo you can see texture quite well. I explained it earlier. If I take it down, it gets really hazy, and if I put it really high, it gets, you know, really you can see like all the details. As I said, I wanted to make something, I wanted to create something a bit more crisp and clear, and I'm pushing it also not only in the camera by using the Canon 50mm. Actually, it's if I want all the crisp out of this, it's around f2.8. From there upwards, I get the most crispy photos out of this lens. So I put it on 2.8 if I remember correctly, and then went from there. But also, since it's Finland, it's really dark this time of the year, I use a lot of ISO to compensate, which of course brought down some of the crispiness. And I had the f on 200, so that even moving targets would be a bit more clear than usual. So I had, of course, it's always a bit of I need to take those kinds of things in consideration. Anyways, this looks quite nice on the presence, and then on tones, do I want to make some changes? I like this photo as it is, and if we look at the cropping, I like to put my main subject in the rule of thirds, so here, or here, and the main subject here is myself. So this could work. I could of course move it like this, but I do like this person here, so it's quite nice. I think it's quite nice like this. How do you like this photo? Please let me know if you like it, if you're not, if there's something that you would do differently. But this is what the kind of photos that I like. Hey, something that I didn't mention earlier was that I often also go down to post-crop vignetting and give it a bit of vignetting. Vignetting works, as you can see, it gives this circle of darkness around it, and this of course helps that if I'm the main character here, it helps you to view me, to see me first, if I have the vignetting like this. So I use, this is also something that I used to do. I put too much vignetting on my photos when I started out editing about 15 years ago, and that made my photos look like they have like this weird circle around them. So this is also something that I'm quite careful with. My vignettings are like around -8 is quite usual, and then depending on the photo and how dark it is, then I can lift it a bit more, but I don't want it to be too clear that I have put this vignetting in. -9, I think I'll go with that today. Black and white photos, that's what I'm aiming to edit today. This one's quite cool. I think I like it. Welcome to the stream. My name is Oskar Lehtineri, street photographer from Finland, and I'm editing some street shots today. If you have any questions around street photography, around editing, just shoot. Put it in the chat. I gladly answer any of your questions if I can. If I can't, then we just need to figure out a way to get that answer. Now that I have this photo taken from the same place as the earlier photo, I often use the previous button to get the basic info out. This cool rocker Lemmy kind of guy, he sat in the metro opposite of me, and I'm happy that we were going to the same direction. I've seen him before on the Helsinki metro, and I should actually, sometimes I stop people and ask them if I could take their portrait, but I didn't do it this time. But I wanted this photo either way. Here I think it would be cool to make it, to crop it like this instead, I think. Or should I don't know. The hat is important. As I said earlier, I want his face to be towards the center of it all. This is actually the shape my camera takes the pictures, and is it like 4 times 5? On Instagram it will crop this a bit more, so that's something good to take in consideration as well. I don't know if I like this crop like this. Maybe this would be better, because it kind of shows movement that this dude here, maybe something like this would work quite nicely. What do you think? Are you a cropper kind of guy or girl or other, or are you a person that enjoys the photo just as they are? I myself, I'm the kind of person that likes enjoy cropping photos and try to make them as good as possible. Something else that I actually very often do is that I want them to be balanced. So I often try to make them, if for instance since there's this things here in the back, I often check that are the lines straight, and that's also something that I often try, and I play with it and try to see like what happens if I do it like this, or what happens if I do it like that. So I think this photo would look the best something like this, or maybe, yeah, I like to have the rings on the fingers with maybe something like this. Ta-da! This is quite nice photo. I like it. So let's continue. Next photo from the Helsinki streets of Aleksanterin katu. We can try using the previous, but this is outside, the other one was inside. Here you can see I had like 1/200 of a second photo with the f2.8, 50mm lens, and the ISO was 1250. In this one the ISO was 800. So I have shifted just the ISO for this one since it was darker outside. Let's see how the previous button works here. Okay, it went really overexposed. Let's take it down back to 0 and play with it. This one quite nice. I think the focus was somewhere here. It's not on these people. I just thought it was nice. My idea was to crop it when I took this field photo. I already thought that I will crop it something in this way somehow. Something like this. I don't know. This is not a photo that I get a lot of kicks off. I think I will throw it away, but I somehow liked it. Though I don't know, should I throw it away? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Should I throw this photo away or should I keep it? I don't get that much kicks out of it. I thought maybe the tram here would make it more interesting, but I feel it's a bit boring. But there's also some sort of a story of like contemporary story of people, taking selfies, stuff like that. Maybe I like it, maybe not. I don't know. Difficult to say, difficult to say. All right. So this is what we have here. Oh yeah, I need to do that. Just a sec. Need to send a small message here. In between. All right. So, done. Message sent. Well, it's not a bad photo. It's just I don't get that much kicks out of it. I just don't get that much kicks out of it. But it's okay. Maybe you'll see it on online later. This one is quite cool though. It's better. It's better than the previous one because there's more story to it. I just copied the same settings. This works better, a lot better. Here you can see this is Oscar in a nutshell. I try to see what lines do I have. This line here is quite straight, so this is actually quite a good photo. Like this makes this wall a bit not so straight in this photo, but it's okay. And then, as I mentioned earlier, light places take more space. Maybe I would want it to be something like this. This is a very anonymous photo, even though there are people here. So if you're a photographer, welcome to the chat. Also, if you're not, welcome to the chat. Very many people ask me that is it okay to take pictures of people on the street? And of course, the laws are different depending on where you are. In Finland, I have all the right to take photos of people on the street. But what I do is that I am careful with not taking pictures of children, or I don't post them that often because that's something that I want to protect the children from being part of like the internet if they don't want to, or as long as they can't say no. And also, what other thing that I take in consideration is if I'm taking a photo of a person, would this person if I take a photo of a person, if I would be the one being taking a photo of, would I be okay to be like, am I in a situation that I'm okay being photographed in? If the answer is no, let's say that I'm this person that I'm that's on the street around me is lying down, super drunk or something like that, something has happened, then I wouldn't take the photo because I wouldn't want anyone to take a photo of me in that situation. And this is something that one way for me to take in consideration other people's, some like have this is one of like my ethical perspectives on street photography. But what I do enjoy is taking pictures of people on the street. Very seldom I take any pictures, street photography pictures, that aren't of people, because people are something that interests me. One thing that I started out with like many years ago was that I wanted to understand the Finnish melancholy bit better, and I did that also by taking street photography shots to understand the melancholy better. Anyways, welcome to the chat. If you're new to look in here, I would love to know where are you from, and are you a photographer, or who are you? What has brought you here today? How did you end up watching this stream? Anyways, we're editing photos. I'm a street photographer, and these are my photos shot on the Canon R5. This is the next shot. I do like it. As I said in the beginning, my plan is to make create black and white, really crisp photos. And this is actually one of the photos that I was really hoping that would be really good. Here, as I mentioned, I often think of like, is it okay to photograph a person that is a minor? I would say here, this person, you can't recognize the minor. They is not looking into the frame, and I hope this would be like really crisp, but it isn't. I think the focus is a bit off, but it's okay. And that's something also that I often think of, that even though the focus is a bit off, I'm quite fine with it. If there's still like some sort of a story, and here with the snow on this dude, I think it's quite nice, even though like it has like a story of this person going, like being on a walk with their child. It's a okay photo. Sometimes I get really bored by taking photos of people walking, since it doesn't actually tell any other story than okay, these guys are going somewhere. It's a nice photo. I had hoped that this focus would be better here, but my thought was that it should be, so I'm jumping forward. It's not giving me too much. Dun, 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 dun. This one, I don't know, maybe two people walking. I'm not very interested. So what I do when I'm so to say throwing away a photo, I'm not throwing it away, but since I have put these stars on these, if I put 0 stars to this photo, it kind of it goes away. So that's what I'm doing. This one is better, since I do like to have, I like this idea of these houses being here, and put a person inside of the negative space here is something that I think works quite well. Often this is something that I tried on this one. Also, I just feel like the balance is a bit off. If this person on the right wouldn't be here, this would work even better. But then it would be quite nice photo. I don't know. This is what it looks like. It's quite nice. This is good Helsinki scene. But where's the focus? And the focus is quite off. Anyways, I'm throwing this away as well. This one I wanted to work on the reflection. I saw that there was some cool reflection here, and let's take down the exposure. Oops, damn, like that. We have this couple here, and they are really sharp. Wow. This really nice. And also with the Canon R5, you get such big files. You can crop them a lot. So, but what I wanted, I'm not going to crop this that much today. I wanted to have this reflection here of the roof here. Let's see if my idea was actually to take down the, so that it would be quite dark. Maybe something like this. Oh, a bit too much. Also, if I follow the curves here, if I would put automatic, the I think Lightroom would like to have the curves in the middle a bit more, but I'm not Lightroom. I'm doing my thing. So the curves are not here in the middle of the histogram. Here it's more on the left side. Anyways, it's a dark photo. This photo, it's all about figuring out how I could crop this. I feel like this photo doesn't work that well in Instagram, since the reflection is in the bottom and the and the top, and that makes this photo not like, since Instagram wants to share photos in 4/3, I would have to sacrifice the top or the bottom to make this work. But this is a nice photo like this. If I would want it to be more cropped, I would. Would I put it like this? Maybe. Now I'm just playing. Hey, welcome to the chat. If you are new here, please let me know, where are you from? I would love to know. I'm from Helsinki, or I live outside of Helsinki, Finland, and these street photos that I have taken are shot from the Helsinki area, as I was on a small walk with my camera. Maybe this one is quite nice. You don't have to have that roof. When I shot it, I thought it would be cool, but maybe this is better to have it like this. Yeah, this is quite nice. And then we have this couple here, and I brought the light a bit up. It's not about the couple in themselves, even though it's nice. It's like a story of these people. I don't know if they're a couple, but it's a nice photo. It's good enough. It's good enough. Next one, same couple. They already walking away. I'm throwing it away. Then we have these ones here. I think actually it was really crisp. This could work. This could be really interesting. Let's see what happens. What am I doing? I'm doing something that I'm not. Oh yeah, this is what I should do. Boom, like that. Then we have this couple here. It's Christmas holiday time in Helsinki. You can see that by how this place looks with the nice lighting. Helsinki is really nice this time of year, even though it's super dark and sometimes super cold. Now it has been like minus 10 degrees, so it's super cold. I do love it a lot, but I know a lot of people don't like it when it's this cold. I do like this photo. If you just showed up, if you entered the chat or the stream now, I did some basic editing on, or put some settings into these first photos, and then I have kind of copied them. What I'm trying to make is more crispy photos. So, and this one is quite nice, of these people talking. I think there's a good vibe here. Let's see if it's quite good. I don't know if I want to. Maybe we can check the face out if we want to raise the something there. Not that much though. Maybe there, and then could I maybe if I bring it down. Oh, why is my mouse like this today? Maybe like this. I think one of the key things with photo editing is that do not edit too much. When you edit